Thank you, Madam Chair. There are three parts to this bill that I want to touch on. First one in relation to the Office of Inspector General. I think Senator Gustafson started down this line, and I agree with her 100%. The position needs to be outside of the office. And all we need to look to is when the position was first created, the individual who was brought in to fill that position was incredibly qualified and someone I think we all would appreciate having in that role. They were then promptly reassigned somewhere else. The person who was brought in to fill that role was vastly underqualified in comparison. And that's the person who's now been permanently assigned and who is responsible to the commissioner. And now we think we're going to give them some increased responsibilities and that's going to solve fraud problems. We're kidding ourselves. The real solution is a separate inspector general who doesn't answer to commissioners. Next, many people brought this up, the special education cuts. Members, the broader problem here comes from both the state and the federal levels. We continue to tell schools what they must do without the funding to follow. And until we're willing to admit that we want to put things in place, but if we cannot fund it, we need to give these school boards the ability to opt out. They might have to make some tough decisions and work with their families. But I think they have that right to be able to determine what can we afford to provide to our families and what are we unable to provide, and make that decision within their own communities. Demanding that they provide certain services at the cost of other services, as we've heard from so many, just that is unsustainable. And lastly, just it's a continued assault on the children and the families who choose a different route to go to a non-public school. I was really hopeful that last year the message was sent that that's just not the right way to go. And we've heard, again, yesterday, when we talked about school safety, some of these services are supposed to be for all students in Minnesota. And here we go again, wanting to remove some of these services that are for the children, not for the school. But we continue this assault, and it is just wrong. And Madam Chair, members, because of these three things that are in this bill, there is nothing in this proposal that I can even begin to take seriously.